Good morning, cadre. Thursday morning, a little later than usual. We're just doing a little mellow coffee with Dave shave time. Playing hooky from work. I didn't get a great night's sleep. Started at 2 in the morning with the cat puking on the comforter, and then just kind of rolled on from there. So just taking some PTO time. Dropped the kids off at school. Had a nice, made some coffee. A nice shower, and with my shipment of my CBL soaps, I got a couple samples of the Ghost Dragon's Blood, mostly because I told Chris I can't use menthol soaps, and we're curious if the culotta that he uses would also have an effect. I think he's guessing that it won't, kind of hoping it won't, because not have any shortage of soaps, but it would be nice not to be restricted in what I get. So this one we're trying definitely for performance, or mostly looking for irritation and not so much scent, because I can tell you this scent is not my wheelhouse, but I think it smells exactly like it's supposed to, according to the comments from everybody else. I told Chris from the sample, I forget what it was, a mixture between something and hippies. No offense if you like the smell of hippies, but what it really is, what it reminds me of, are those stores, and I guess it's mostly an incense smell that I actually think a lot of folks are liking, that I really don't care for. And it just reminds me of walking into those stores where they're covered with beaded curtains and crystals, and have the little ceramic dragons with incense in their mouth, and just kind of equate it to that. And usually those stores, the smell is so intense, I've got to leave. This is not that bad, and I actually wonder if I kind of didn't have that background, if I would like it more. But like I said, seeing if this drives me crazy and all this stuff. So using the Feather SS again, and so far so good. When I use a menthol soap, it would have already started tingling already. I'm not getting any cooling either, so I don't know, maybe I'm immune to this stuff. We'll see, and we'll see how this goes. Also, if you've watched the last few, I don't always get the best shaves when I'm doing a straight shave on camera, just because I need to think about what I'm doing and not rush. And I think it's just kind of muscle memory, and I take breaks in between using the straight for a few shaves, so that probably slows down my progress, but I find I have a lot of variability in the outcomes of my straight shaves. So yeah, getting that incense smell pretty good. It is starting to tingle, so we'll just monitor this through the shave. I don't know on people that can use this or menthol if there's a tingling that comes with the cooling sensation. With menthol, it starts to tingle, and then it starts to burn. But it would have happened by now if this was a menthol soap. So we may be on the right track with the colada. There's the first pass. No blood or anything, and guys that actually watch this video, more than happy to listen to feedback on the straight technique. I know everybody's is a little bit different, but like I said, I still have a lot of variability, and the cheeks tend to be okay. The neck not so much. So if you guys are seeing something on the camera that I'm not, please point it out. If you know, hey, go look at 8 minutes 35 seconds, your angle got a little bit steep or something like that. So it's interesting. I don't know how much cooling. I heard that there is more cooling with this. I don't remember, more or less. I guess I don't know. But on applying it, for the second pass, it felt cool. But just sitting here, it's a little bit of tingling on the cheeks. And that's what's pretty interesting is my neck can handle menthol, my cheeks cannot. So I've mentioned before, I'll use an aftershave, mostly for the scent. See here, I think it's experience using the offhand and going back the other way, because to me this felt very smooth, and I'm getting like some chatter this way, and I don't feel like I've got the feel for the strokes as I did doing the other side. And so here I am really trying to not push any harder, because to me it feels and sounds like there's a lot of hair left there, and I really just want to, you know, do what it takes to get rid of that, which is the wrong thing to do. But I think it's just building up the experience and getting us easier touch with the left hand. And I really try to not go back and say, that's it, I'll grab the right hand and I don't know if there's a reason for that. Because I believe it was a shave I did off camera where I kind of ended up holding it straight like a connoisseur, and it worked out pretty well. But I also know that, you know, they say the best technique is learned by using both hands from the beginning and just building that muscle memory. So I kind of try not to do that because I feel like I'll be missing out on practice with the left hand. But anyway, some guys have great success with the straight right off the bat. I know TJ or Doc Holliday on the forums did a lot of practice without a blade in the folding razor, and then so just very quickly became pretty proficient at the straight shave. Me, I think it's going to be a long-term project. I think it might be years before we incorporate the whole stropping it correctly and getting a routine down there and being able to get BBS and all that. We'll see. So kind of my standard right now that the cheeks are pretty close. I'm going to go with the second across the grain pass on the cheeks again to see if I think just operationally that will work better than I mentioned last time, going across against the grain. You have to kind of hold this area, so I'd have to lather up the cheeks and the neck separately and all that stuff. So I'm going to see if I can get that down just with some repetition. I can do 2 across the grains, opposite direction, end up with a nice BBS. KJ mentioned the last time I used a CBL soap, it was looking a little thin, and that's a struggle I've been having. And I think it's just like Chris had mentioned, is it's just you do what you gotta do to get the experience you want. So this time I used a lot more product. I'm still feeling it there. I think I'm also learning that that razor's edge balance between tension, skin stretching, and pressure and all that. Because when I push my cheek out like that, it's making the surface area that the blade is touching much smaller. I'm a little concerned about too much pressure just in one area doing that and getting some irritation, versus if I don't, the BBS isn't as smooth. Coming back to KJ, noticed that my lather was a little thin, so I'm curious. To me, this is still thinner than most lathers that I use. I did use a lot more product. I stopped adding water. Got something there. I stopped adding water before I would have with any other soap. It still seems a bit thin to me. So I don't know, I still got some stuff here that I feel like I need to shave this way. And back when I was using the straights quite a bit more, I had some bizarre angle like this that I did where I was actually I couldn't see for the first part of the stroke and all that was effective. But then one time I went to repeat it, I couldn't remember what the heck I had done, but when I'm shaving with any other razor, DE or SE or something like that, my third pass is this direction, which is really difficult for me to find. You know, it's like, how in the heck? I don't know. Anyway, it's tough to figure out. Here I'm babbling and the soap's going away. To figure out how to do that with a straight. So with most single edge and double edge razors, this direction I'm doing now, straight up and down, is very effective, but also leaves me with irritation. But since this one is physically possible with a straight, I'm seeing if we can get it to be more efficient, get some more hair removal. I'm going to have that be the third pass when I do a straight. This side here is decent. Like yesterday, I think this will dry down to DFS Plus. It's going to be, you know, there's big patches where it's completely smooth, but then little patches some roughness. Which again, if I wasn't stubborn or a BBS chaser, that type of thing, we would just leave be, but we'll clean up. Quick little pass with the timeless here, so I'm happy through the rest of the day. I don't know if you can hear all that, but there's still you can hear a decent amount of hair that it's getting rid of. And I'm not going to feel it again. I'm just going to stop because I don't want to be tempted to keep going and end up with a redneck for the rest of the day. So the soap, I don't know, I guess obviously I could use it. The menthols I have to wash off partway through the first pass or before the first pass even starts. But I'm not getting the cooling, so there's a little bit of tingling there. So I think just to play it safe, I probably, especially with soaps where they have a ghost, CBL has a ghost option and a non-ghost option. I would go non-ghost, just in case there is a little something there that doesn't agree with me. Otherwise, I might go ahead and try to order a puck just to, if the scent sounds really great. So I got quite a bit, both cheeks have quite a bit of alum sting right now, which surprised me. It felt like it went okay, and that's where I'm still kind of learning that, like I said, I seem to need, there's that balance between really doing a lot of skin stretching and getting close versus this. And if you were watching, I kind of would, pull a little bit and then shave a little bit and then pull a little bit closer to keep it taut. And that gets closer, but I think I'm paying for it. And I'll see that with DEs, especially in SE. I've tried that with when I use the RX. I think 2 or 3 times I've actually done some skin stretching with it, which is kind of, I think, breaking a rule. It's got a bar there, so you're not supposed to have to skin stretch. But if I want to guarantee that super glass smooth, can't get any closer than this, how the heck did you shave that close kind of shave, that'll do it. You do some skin stretching against the grain with the RX, but it'll sting afterwards. So I did the alum block. There's lemon. So we'll see what the day holds. I kind of, you lay in bed and when you have time during the day, think about the stuff you want to get done. So I've got some grand plans. Also hoping that there'll be a nap in there somewhere. And we'll see if anything gets done. It tends to go one way or the other, that either I end up saying, let me rest just a little bit to start with, and end up not getting up, or I start getting stuff done and feel good that I'm accomplishing things, and then never get around to the nap and stuff and feel like, well, what happened to my day off I took to kind of relax. So anyway, certainly see you guys on the forums. KJ, happy to hear things seem to be moving along with your recovery well, and hope everybody has a great day.